Hi, welcome to Infinite Creations, Episode 7. Today is December 5th, 2016. My name is Lakshmi, and I'm also known as Knitter by Nature on Ravelry and Instagram. Hi there! It's been such a long time since I last recorded, about a year. I haven't had any way to record, so I just got this iPhone, so hopefully this will work out, fingers crossed. But I can only do a 15-minute video at a time for my iMovie app, so until I get that figured out, it's going to be some short episodes. Hopefully I'll be able to do this once a week. What I've been mostly knitting on lately is mitts and socks, so I'll focus on that today. So first up is a finished object. This is a pair of socks that I knit using a sock blank. My first ever sock blank. And I just think they came out fabulous. Here's the other side. Love them so much. And they didn't come out matching because it was a single knit sock blank with sparkle. And this is from Gail's Art. I got this at Rhinebeck, the New York Sheep and Wool Festival last October. And this colorway is called Splat. So this is what the sock blank looks like before you knit with it, and you just unravel the yarn to knit with it. And the kinkiness in the yarn came out during the wash. And they just look great and they feel great. This is my first time using a Fish Lips Kiss Heel, which I love. Well worth $1 pattern. There's a lot of information in that pattern. What I mostly focused on is just the heel portion because I knit my socks cuff down, and so I didn't have to do any measuring from the the toe to the heel to begin with. So what I did was a 2x2 rib for 15 rounds, and then I knit until the leg was 7 inches before doing the Fish Lips Kiss heel. Then I knit 7 inches from the heel before I started toe decreases. And I did a square toe, which is when I used magic loop, every needle, both needles, I would K1, SSK, K to the last 3 stitches, K2 together, and K1. Do that on the other needle, and then do that every other round until I reach about 16 stitches per needle, and then I would graft them together using Kitchener stitch. So I'm thinking that I probably have another, I can get a pair of ankle socks out of this if I use a contrasting toe and heel. That would be fun if I used like a sparkly yarn like the Knit Picks Glimmer in just white. So I had such fun with that sock blank that I decided to order another sock blank, but this time I ordered from the Loopy U, and I got a sock blank from Fresh from the Cauldron, and it's a gradient that goes from purple, dark purple, to gray, to light, and then gray. White in there, and this is a double knit sock blank. So I'm knitting 2 socks at a time for the first time, doing magic loop. And it's not that hard. I just had to look up instructions on the internet on how to cast on, because you would cast on half of the stitches for this first sock first, all the stitches for the second sock, and then cast on the rest of the stitches for the first sock again. This is how they're coming out. I plan to do a 2-inch heel, cuff, and then probably about a 6-inch leg, then contrasting color of just white, Knit Picks Stroll White for the heels and toes on this. And we'll see how much I have left over. Of course, while I was out at shopping at the Loopy U, I picked up some other things. One of them was this hedgehog fibers in an opaline color, which I just love. And I'm not normally drawn to like pastels, but this one really called out to me. And I love opals. My birthstone is an opal because I'm an October baby. And then I got some socks that rock, lightweight. This one is the color Koi Koi. And I started knitting with this Socks That Rock lightweight. I balled it up into a ball because something's wrong with my ball winder, so it's making messy cake. So I just wound this into a ball using my Swift, and this is the blue brick wall color. Sorry if there's cat hair on it. And I started a pair of knit gloves with this yarn. This is the Naughty Gloves pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's got a cable partway up the cuff, a little bit past the cuff, and then the rest of it is just plain stockinette. And I haven't really decided to make mittens or gloves, but I think I'll do the gloves. And so I'll put it on so you can see the pattern there. That's the pattern for the cables. And I swear, Socks That Rock is like the softest sock yarn I've ever used. I got one other color that was Halloween Town at Rhinebeck, and it was like so soft. It was my first experience. I decided I had to order more. So I got those two for the Socks That Rock lightweight, and I got Loopy U seasoning series that comes with a skein of yarn and a contrasting color for heels and toes. So I started that on size 1 needles. That's how far I got. Not very far. But I did a 2x2 rib for 2 rows, and I plan to do, like, 6-inch leg. I like my socks kind of long. These socks I did a little bit shorter because I wasn't sure how much of the sock length I think it, that I would have left. So it was just like 7 inches to the heel. And then what else do I have? I have some more hedgehog fibers that I started a pair of mittens. This is the Monet color. And I started a quite complicated pattern. It's the Green Autumn pattern by Jared Flood that was in Vogue Knitting one year. I did have the magazine, but I decided to go ahead and download the PDF version so that I could use my Knit Companion app for it. It starts off with this lovely chevron pattern for the cuff, and then it goes into some ribbing. There's some bobbles here and some cabling, a little bit of just pearl reverse stockinette on the edges, and some more cabling here, and the palm is going to be a slip stitch design. So love how these are coming out, but they do take a lot of concentration, and I have to use my app on the Knit Companion, which is on the iPad that my son and I share, and I don't get as much time on the iPad as he does. So another thing I've been working on is some fingerless mitts, and I used opal sock yarn for this one. These are called the Right Round mitts from the Three Skeins or Less book that just came out. I don't know the author of it, but I have Kindle Unlimited, so I borrowed the book on Kindle Unlimited, and the left glove is going to be opposite. So I was using size 1 for the ribbing, size 2 for the rest of the mitt. This is the second mitt. I haven't got that far on that because I've been working on the Green Autumn mittens mostly. Another mitt that I started on and I finished one of is this beautiful mitt, which I don't even know the sock yarn. I lost the label. I got it at my local yarn shop, and I was making socks. I started out with a 2x2 rib. I still have to weave in ends. And continued to knit down, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, this sock yarn is so pretty. How am I going to hide it on my legs? So I wanted to wear them on my arms, so I just did some increases for the thumb gusset. I'll put those stitches on hold and knit to the beginning of my fingers and did more 2x2 ribbing, picked up for the thumb. So it's basically a pattern that I just made up, and I'll have to write it out and send it to a friend of mine that requested it. So I might just make it a free pattern. There you go. So I got one done, and I still have to work on the other one. And what I've been doing lately is I've been using socks, brand new socks, to keep hold of my yarn cakes. And this seems to work pretty good because like I said, my yarn cakes have been messy lately. And so that's the way I've been storing them. And I just use plastic bags for a lot of mine because I have so many projects. What I really need to do is make more project bags like this one. I used a Craftsy class, a free Craftsy class, to make this bag by Kristen Link. And I made a couple more, and I really need to make more because they're so fun. And then I have a pair of mittens I was making out of Hawthorne from Knit Picks in the Arbor Lodge colorway. I'm making these, just making them up. I did 1.5 inches of seed stitch for the cuff, but I should have used something else or made it longer. And then I increased for the thumb gusset. I just put those stitches on hold. So my hands have been cold, so I've just been thinking mitts lately. So I'm making those. And then I'm making a pair of socks out of another color of Hawthorne. It's the Speckle in the City Lights color, which is like this green. And I'll put it on a sock blocker. I just used a basic sock recipe. I did 2x2 rib for 2 inches. I did stockinette for 1/2 inch. In retrospect, I would have done like 1 inch before doing the Fish Lips Kiss heel and the contrasting color. I knit 7 inches from the heel before starting the toe decreases. I did a square toe and did that in the contrasting color as well. And I really love them. They're really cute. I think I'm going to be giving them to a coworker for Christmas. And I think that's about it. I don't want to go past my 15-minute mark. So I just want to say thanks for tuning in again, and I will hopefully be able to do this podcast every week or so and just giving you an update on things I've been working on. So until next time, happy knitting.